Lonely Universe? Unlock 4 secrets to understanding your solitary spiritual journey. Have you ever felt like the universe has placed you in a bubble of solitude? Like somehow, despite all your efforts to connect, you find yourself walking a spiritual path that feels uniquely lonely? Perhaps you've stood at a crossroads, feeling the weight of your soul's callings, only to have others' expectations whisper doubts into your ear. You may have prayed for a spiritual awakening, but the universe, in its infinite wisdom, decided to respond with a season of solitude. Or maybe you've experienced moments of profound connection with others, only to have the universe shift gears and reassign you to a solitary road. Whatever the reason, it's possible that you're left wondering, is this isolation a punishment, or is it a divine invitation? Imagine yourself standing alone on a foggy mountain peak, watching the mist swirl around your toes. The air is crisp, the wind whispers secrets in your ear, and the landscape stretches out before you like a canvas waiting to be explored. As you gaze out into the unknown, you begin to feel the universe's subtle invitation. Come, explore the depths of your own heart. Leave behind the armor of others' opinions and expectations. That's what I want to explore with you here. What if the universe's solitude isn't a punishment, but a divine invitation to reclaim your inner world? What if this season of isolation is actually an opportunity for you to develop a deeper relationship with yourself, to explore the hidden realms of your own soul? Let's venture into the mysteries of this solitary journey, where the fog begins to clear, and you find yourself face to face with the one person who's been whispering in your ear all along. Yourself. You find yourself sitting on a crowded bus, surrounded by the vibrant chatter of people rushing to their destinations. Your eyes scan the sea of faces, each one a reflection of another's story, another's worries, and another's hopes. It's a cacophony of humanity, with every voice vying for attention. Yet, amidst this chaotic symphony, you sit alone, feeling the weight of your solitude. At first glance, it may seem like a sad fate, a cosmic error in the grand design of things. Everywhere you look, people are connecting, forming meaningful bonds, and constructing their lives together. It's as if the universe has declared that true meaning can only be found in the company of others. But what if I told you that this feeling of isolation is not a punishment, but rather a divine invitation to embark on a profound journey of self-discovery and growth? Imagine being a traveler on an ancient map, standing at the crossroads of 2 diverging paths. The well-trodden road beckons, with its promise of packed trips and social hour, as countless travelers have traversed it before. But what lies on the less frequented path? The one that winds into the shadows of isolation? For some, the allure of solitude may be a siren's song, promising untold wonders and hidden treasures within the secret chambers of their souls. For others, the emptiness may be crawling with anxiety and self-doubt. Whatever your experience may be, know that you're not alone in this feeling. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to convince ourselves that we're not alone in our struggles or our beliefs. And indeed, we're not. We're all connected, each one a drop in the vast ocean of humanity. Yet, it's in this sea of sameness that we often lose sight of our uniqueness. Who are you beyond the labels and expectations of others? What are your deepest desires and fears? These questions whisper in the silence of your mind, only to be drowned out by the background hum of external influences. But what if I told you that the universe is not trying to silence you? It's inviting you to amplify your inner voice. As we embark on this journey of exploration, for divine reasons will unfold before you, each one a thread in the tapestry of your solitary spiritual journey. And by the end of this video, you may just find yourself awakening to the realization that your alone time is not a curse, but a holy refuge, one that holds the key to unlocking your highest potential. Reason 1. Learning to love your own company. You might have spent years perfecting the art of navigating conversations, effortlessly weaving between small talk and deeper discussions. But have you ever taken the time to really get to know yourself? To truly understand what makes you tick, what drives you, and what sets your soul on fire? Let's be honest. How comfortable are you when it's just you and your thoughts? Many of us fill every moment with noise, social media, Netflix, anything to avoid that quiet space. We're constantly plugged in, scrolling through feeds, comparing our lives to curated highlight reels. But what's the cost of this constant distraction? Think back to the last time you were truly alone. No phone, no TV, no distractions. Just you, the silence, and your own thoughts. How did it feel? Did you feel a sense of unease, like a caged animal searching for a way out? Or did you feel a sense of rest, like finally finding a long-lost home? The truth is, We're a society addicted to being constantly stimulated. We're afraid of silence, afraid of our own thoughts, and afraid of what we might discover about ourselves. But what if I told you that being alone doesn't have to be a source of anxiety, but a chance to awaken to the deepest parts of yourself? When the universe creates distance between you and others, it's often creating space for something magical to happen. The development of self-companionship. Think about it. You're the only person guaranteed to be with you for your entire life journey. Shouldn't that relationship be the strongest one you have? In this solitude, you start to hear your inner voice more clearly. That gentle whisper that often gets drowned out by the opinions and expectations of others, it finally has room to speak. You begin to develop a deeper understanding of your values, your passions, and your strengths. You learn to listen to your intuition, to trust your gut, and to make decisions that align with your true north. But it's not just about individual growth. Self-companionship has a ripple effect on your relationships. When you know yourself, you're less likely to seek validation from others. You're less likely to people-please or compromise your values to fit in. And you're more likely to show up as your authentic self to the people who truly matter. So, take a step into the unknown and commit to spending time with yourself. Not just a few minutes scrolling through social media, but true, quiet time. Grab a cup of coffee, take a walk in nature, or practice yoga. Do whatever it takes to turn off the external noise and tune into your internal voice. What will you discover about yourself? Will you uncover a long-held fear, a hidden strength, or a deep desire? The only way to find out is to take the first step towards a deeper, more profound understanding of yourself. So, go ahead, take a seat in the stillness, and learn to love your own company. Reason 2, reclaiming your belief system. As you find yourself in this period of isolation, I invite you to embark on a profound journey of self-discovery, one that requires courage, honesty, and an unwavering commitment to your own truth. You see, the beliefs that you hold dear, the ones that shape your worldview and inspire your actions, are they truly yours, or have they been passed down to you from others? Imagine being a tree, its roots delving deep into the earth, and its branches stretching towards the sky. Over time, you've absorbed the nutrients and water from the soil around you, and in doing so, you've grown strong and resilient. But have you ever stopped to consider which limbs of your tree were nurtured by the soil of others? Which ones were planted there by family, friends, or society? As you navigate this solitary chapter of your life, you're given the rare opportunity to prune those branches, to cut away the thoughts, the values, and the ideals that no longer serve you. It's a liberating experience, really. For in the stillness of solitude, you're free to examine each belief, to question its origins, and to decide whether it truly resonates with your soul. Think about it. How many of your core values and principles were instilled in you by your parents, your teachers, or your peers? Have you ever stopped to consider whether they align with your deepest aspirations and desires? Or have you simply accepted them as your own, without ever stopping to examine their basis? This period of isolation is not just a chance to detox from the constant barrage of external influences. It's an invitation to rediscover your own truth, to peel back the layers of conditioning, and to reveal the authentic, unfiltered you. It's like standing before a great river, with its waters flowing rapidly and its currents twisting and turning. You're given the chance to dip your toe into the water, to feel its pulse, and to determine whether it aligns with your own rhythm. As you search for your truth, you may encounter what feels like a complete overhaul of your entire worldview. You may find yourself questioning long-held assumptions, challenging the status quo, and embracing new perspectives. It's a thrilling journey, really. One that requires an unwavering commitment to your own growth and an openness to the unknown. Remember, your beliefs are not just abstract notions. They're living, breathing manifestations of your soul. And in this period of solitude, you're given the rare chance to nurture them, to feed them, and to watch them flourish. So, I invite you to embark on this journey with me, to explore the depths of your own spiritual closet, and to reclaim your beliefs as your own. For in the end, it's not what others think that matters. It's what you think, what you believe, and what you value. Reason 3, learning independence and self-empowerment. When you're alone, something remarkable happens. You're forced to become your own hero. Every challenge that comes your way becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself just how capable you really are. Think back to a time when you faced a difficult decision or a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Who was it that ultimately made the decision? Was it the voice of your parents, your friends, or your own inner wisdom? This isn't just about practical independence. although that's certainly a valuable byproduct. It's about spiritual sovereignty, learning to trust your own inner guidance system, even when the world around you seems to be shouting a different message. When you develop this kind of trust, you'll never again compromise your truth for the sake of fitting in. Let me ask you, can you recall a time when you felt completely disconnected from your true self? Maybe it was a moment of anxiety, doubt, or uncertainty. Whatever the feeling, can you pinpoint exactly what happened? Did someone else's opinion suddenly become your opinion? Did you somehow step out of your own power? If so, you're not alone. This is a common phenomenon, especially in today's hypersocial world where we're constantly influenced by the opinions and expectations of others. But here's the thing. You have the power to break free from these patterns and cultivate a deeper connection with your inner self. Recall that moment, and then ask yourself, what would I do if I had the courage to make a decision based solely on my intuition? Would you speak up in a meeting, even if others disagree? Take a necessary risk that may yield uncertain outcomes? Set a healthy boundary with someone, even if it means temporary discomfort? You see, true self-empowerment is about recognizing and honoring your own inner truth, even when the external world pushes against it. When you learn to stand firmly in your own power, you'll start to notice a remarkable shift. Your decisions, thoughts, and emotions will become more aligned with your values and aspirations. But here's the thing. Facing alone time or uncertainty can be downright scary. Old fears and doubts can resurface, making it tempting to seek comfort in well-worn, external sources of validation. That's perfectly normal. The key is to differentiate between what genuinely comes from within and what's simply a pattern of avoidance. To break free from external validation, think of this analogy. Imagine building a sandcastle on the shore of a beautiful ocean. The ocean represents your collective experiences and societal expectations, which can be incredibly powerful. At first, it's beautiful and constructive. However, as you learn to build and repair your sandcastle, you understand the impermanence of external validation. Eventually, your goal isn't to build your sandcastle based on another's opinion, but rather to understand the power and beauty of building it yourself, based on your own thoughts, feelings, and values. With this newfound self-empowerment, you're able to stand confidently on the beach of life, gazing directly at your own creations, trusting your own guidance. This transformation is beautifully defined in the words of Rollo May. When you know who you are, you also know what you are, ultimately, that which gives you a sense of identity and purpose. So the next time you're faced with a challenge that makes you question your limits, consider this refrain: I am capable of stepping into the unknown. In doing so, you unlock a reality that transcends external validation and speaks to your deepest inner wisdom. When you've solidified this sense of self, you'll start to navigate life with a confidence that stems from within, no longer feeling the fear of external validation. This clarity becomes contagious, a soft glow that lights the way for others, forming profound connections and celebrating your true nature. Reason 4. Preparing for more meaningful connections. Imagine a garden that's been left unattended for years. The weeds have taken over, choking out the life and beauty that once thrived. It's a picture of neglect, of abandonment. But amidst the overgrowth, there's a glimmer of potential. With patient care and attention, this garden can be restored to its former glory. In a similar way, the universe often isolates us to prepare for deeper connections. It's not about being plucked out of our relationships and plopped into a solitary existence. It's about being planted in the fertile soil of self-awareness. During this time, you learn to do some essential gardening of your own. By clearing the weeds of expectation, you begin to see what you truly need in relationships. These aren't the external expectations of others or societal norms. They're your own inner desires. What kind of connections do you yearn for? What kind of relationships make you feel seen, heard, and understood? Allow yourself to explore these questions, to dig deeper into the soil of your own heart. What are your non-negotiables? What are your must-haves in a relationship? Don't just answer these questions abstractly. Give them context. Think about specific situations and interactions that have led you to realize what you truly need. As you nurture this garden of self-awareness, you also learn to set healthy boundaries. It's like constructing a fence around your garden, protecting it from those who might seek to harm it. Healthy boundaries aren't about isolating yourself from others. They're about safeguarding your own emotional and spiritual space. What do you allow in? What do you refuse to tolerate? These aren't questions for others. They're questions for you. You see, when we value surface-level connections over authentic ones, we're essentially watering weeds instead of our life's true potential. These fleeting interactions might leave us feeling momentarily satisfied, but they don't nourish our soul. They don't help us grow. On the other hand, deep connections, those that are rooted in mutual understanding, empathy, and shared value, they're like infusions of pure water, quenching our thirst for meaning and purpose. In this solitary chapter of your life, take the time to cultivate this soil of self-awareness, to set boundaries that honor your needs, and to seek out connections that kindle your inner fire. The universe is offering you a chance to prepare the garden of your soul, to plant the seeds of lasting relationships. Don't let this opportunity pass you by, deepening your spiritual connection. You are never truly alone. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a serene lake on a crisp, moonlit night. The stars above twinkle like diamonds, and the water reflects the beauty of the sky. As you breathe in the peacefulness of the surroundings, you begin to feel the stillness within. It's as if the world has slowed down, and all that's left is you, the universe, and the vast expanse of time. In this silence, you start to notice the synchronicities, the intricate web of connections that weave your life together. A friend calls with a message that resonates deeply, a book falls off a shelf to reveal a wisdom you needed, or a song plays in the background that encapsulates exactly how you're feeling. These moments can be a gentle yet persistent whisper of the universe's presence in your life. One day, while walking through a park, you stumbled upon a vision board someone had created. Amidst the colorful array of images and words, one phrase caught your eye: listen to the music of the universe. As you pondered the meaning behind those words, a song began to play in the background, one that you haven't heard in years. The lyrics spoke directly to your heart, touching a chord that resonated deep within. In that moment, you realized that the universe was communicating with you, using the language of music to speak directly to your soul. Your grandmother used to say, "Trust your gut, it knows the way." And while she didn't explain how, you sensed that there was something inherent within you that could guide you through life's twists and turns. As you listened to your internal compass, you started to recognize the subtle cues that occur before making a decision. A sense of excitement or trepidation, a fleeting image in your mind, or a sudden knowing. All of these became indicators that something within you was stirring. A wise old sage once explained to you that dreams are messages from the cosmos, offering insight into the deeper workings of the universe. You've always been fascinated by the symbolic language of dreams, where numbers, animals, and objects hold hidden meanings. As you began to pay attention to the recurring themes and symbols in your dreams, you started to notice the patterns emerging in your waking life. One morning, you woke up with a vivid dream in mind, where a snake shed its skin. As you reflected on the symbolism, you realized that this represented your personal journey of growth and transformation. Suddenly, a conversation from the day before came to mind, where a friend spoke about shedding old patterns to welcome new experiences. The connection between the two was uncanny, and you knew that the universe was using these synchronicities to nudge you in the right direction. In the silence of solitude, you've discovered that the universe is always communicating with you. It's a subtle language that requires attention and listening, but the rewards are immeasurable. As you continue to walk this solitary path, remember that you're never truly alone. The universe is always with you, speaking in whispers of signs and symbols, intuitive hits, and dreams and synchronicities. Will you listen and allow the beauty of solitude to unfold within you? Healing trauma and breaking cycles. The unseen gift of solitude. Let's talk about something deep for a moment. Often, these periods of isolation come when we're ready to face and heal our deepest wounds. The universe creates a safe container for this healing work. It's as if the world around us, with all its distractions and responsibilities, has finally given us the permission to look within. These moments of solitude offer us a rare opportunity to confront the traumas we've often tried to bury or rationalize. Maybe it's the pain of a past relationship, the trauma of a childhood event, or the burden of a family legacy. Whatever it is, the universe gently nudges us towards this encounter, urging us to finally acknowledge and release the weight of our emotional baggage. You see, until now, we've been living like our wounds were somehow separate from us, like they were scars on our body instead of raw, open sores in our heart. But in the stillness of solitude, we begin to understand that these wounds are indeed a part of us. They are the stories we tell ourselves, the emotions we've avoided, and the experiences that continue to shape us. In this sacred space, you'll discover that vulnerability is not just a weakness, but a strength. It takes courage to admit that we're not okay, that we've been carrying these hidden burdens for far too long. So, when the universe invites you into solitude, remember that it's not asking you to hide, it's asking you to be seen. Here, you'll begin to unravel the complex tapestry of your emotions. You'll learn to differentiate between the emotions that serve you and those that no longer deserve your attention. It's like this. Every experience has left an emotional signature, a unique vibration that lingers long after the event is over. But as you explore the depths of your solitude, you'll learn to scan these signatures, separating the ones that bring you joy from those that continue to weigh you down. In a world that constantly accelerates, it's easy to forget the value of slowing down. We become conditioned to quick fixes and convenient solutions, convincing ourselves that time is a luxury we can't afford. However, in solitude, you'll discover the profound beauty of slowing down. You'll find that the more you allow yourself to rest in the stillness, the more you'll begin to heal. As you savor each moment, your body and mind respond by releasing the tension that's been building up for years. Your nervous system relaxes, calming the fight-or-flight response that's been perpetually on high alert. And as your heart rate slows, you'll feel the familiar sensation of your breath dancing across your chest, bringing with it a sense of peace and renewal. The power of patterns. The universe has a way of creating relationships between seemingly unrelated events. These connections become the threads of our lives, weaving our experiences into a beautiful, intricate tapestry. But sometimes, these patterns can hold us back. Maybe you've formed a lifelong habit of seeking validation from others, trying to find your self-worth in what others think of you. Or perhaps you've created a pattern of self-doubt, believing that you're not good enough or smart enough to succeed. These patterns, while seemingly innocuous, can actually be crippling. In solitude, you'll have the opportunity to examine these patterns and break free from their grasp. You'll learn to identify the roles you've played in these relationships, the parts you've assigned to others, and the expectations you've placed on yourself. As you shed the outdated narratives, you'll rediscover your true identity, untainted by the artificial dramas of others. The more you venture into this inner landscape, the more you'll come to understand that healing isn't a mystical event, but a natural process. It's as if the universe has been nudging us towards this moment, guiding us towards a release that's been waiting to happen all along. As you acknowledge your wounds, you'll find that they begin to dissolve. It's not that the experiences disappear, but they transform into something new, a place of acceptance. You see, healing doesn't mean trying to erase the past. It means embracing the person that has been formed by it. In solitude, you'll discover that your story is not one of shame or remorse, but of redemption. You'll find that your scars are not proof of your weakness, but of your strength and resilience. And in this recognition, you'll come to understand that healing is not about fixing the damaged parts of you, but about redeeming them. With time, this acceptance will become a sheltering sanctuary, a refuge from the storms that still rage on the surface. You'll learn to listen to the whispers of your heart, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you through the most turbulent weather. So, my friend, if you find yourself on a journey of healing, I want to remind you that this path is not for the faint of heart. It's not always comfortable, but it's always worth it. It's a journey of embracing your vulnerability, a journey of heart-wrenching revelation, a journey of breaking free from patterns that once bound you. In this sacred space of solitude, I invite you to be gentle with yourself. I invite you to heal with compassion and care, allowing yourself the luxury of processing emotions that may still feel raw. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. The universe has created this container for you to carry your wounds, but also to leave your scars behind. With each step forward, you'll discover a world where you're not only surviving, but thriving. A world where your scars don't define you, but your strength and resilience do. If you're currently sitting in a period of spiritual solitude, I want to have a one-on-one conversation with you. You see, I know what it's like to feel like you're walking on a deserted beach, with no one in sight to share your journey with. The loneliness can be deafening, and the whispers of self-doubt can be as loud as the crashing waves. But here's the thing. I want you to consider that this feeling of isolation is not a curse, but a whisper of a greater calling. What if the universe is nudging you towards a deeper understanding of yourself? What if the silence is not an absence of sound, but a gentle reminder of your own inner music? As you sit in this solitude, remember that you're not isolated from the universe. You're simply tuning into its frequency. You're being resourced with inner strengthening that will help you navigate the challenges of the world with greater ease and purpose. It's like being in a beautiful, still pond on a hot summer's day. The water's surface is calm, reflecting the tranquility of the surrounding nature. But beneath the surface, the water is stirring, expanding, and transforming into a crystalline space that's aligned with the universe's rhythm. Let's reimagine the period of solitude as a time of expedition, a time of inner exploration. In this space, you have the opportunity to dive deeper into your inner oceans and uncover treasures of wisdom that will help you navigating the complexities of the world with confidence and kindness. So, in this moment, I want to offer you an invitation. I invite you to see your solitude as a blank canvas, blanketed with the possibility of creativity. Instead of letting the whispers of isolation define you, I invite you to write your own story. What will you create in this time of solitude? Will you use it as an opportunity to reconnect with your own heart, to listen to the whispers of your inner wisdom? Will you allow yourself to be remade in the image of your truest self? As you embark on this journey, I want you to remember that you're not just reconnecting with yourself. You're also, in that moment, reconnecting with the world around you. Your solitude is not a separation, but an opportunity for attunement. As you navigate this journey, I invite you to reject the narrative that solitude is a sign of weakness or a failure. We're often conditioned to value busyness over stillness and connection over quiet contemplation. But what if I told you that the most powerful stories are born in the silence, in the quiet moments of solitude? It's time to rewrite the script, to create a new narrative that honors the strength of the human spirit. A story that celebrates the capacity for self-reinvention and healing. A story that reminds us that our aloneness is not a prison, but a sanctuary. If you're ready to redefine solitude, to see it as a time of strength and growth, I invite you to join the movement. Let's create a community of inspired, independent, and evolved individuals who see the beauty in solitude. Together, let's create a revolution of inner strength and outer compassion. Let's show the world that we are capable of navigating the complexities of life with kindness, wisdom, and courage. As you continue on this journey, remember that solitude is not a destination, but a path that winds through the wilderness of your heart. It's a path that leads you to yourself, to your own whispers of truth and inner wisdom. And when the time comes for you to re-emerge, remember to bring your strengths with you, your light with you, and your unique gifts to share with the world. Until next time, when we'll explore the depths of spiritual evolution and the power of co-created transformation, I bid you farewell, but not adieu. For in the silence of solitude, we are not alone, and in our connection, we find our true home.